Or what?
Shut the hell up.
You can't choreograph this whole thing.
I want control. I want some semblance of organization. That's all I ask in my life is just a little cooperation.
I might make this so only I can see the monitor because I don't want you guys to get distracted.
You should, because that's what I know. It's very distracting.
And I want to stare at it.
I know. So as
Dude, the
happy?
entire table's moving.
earthquake. Oh my goodness. We're
All right, there you go. Now you guys can't see shit.
Yeah, that's gonna that makes me feel better.
Well, happy 2024. That's a big year.
Why?
Because you guys wanted.
I finally graduated from special education.
That. Oh my gosh, Matthew.
That's probably not okay to say.
No, that's probably not okay to say.
Oh my God.
Is there anything okay to say?
We're starting off this podcast pretty strong.
Pretty bad. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
The last podcast we did was before Christmas, and Jim was in town, and we had to stop it 3 times. We had to start and stop because every time we're like, "Hey, you know who's having a bad Christmas?" And you kept saying,
what did I say again?
We were talking about Christmas, and you kept saying, "I'm like, how's your Christmas, Dan? How's your Christmas going? Or what do you have plans for Christmas?" And you go to Jim every time. You know who's having a bad Christmas? And it wasn't.
What did I say again? I forgot.
You said some stuff that
like Gaza or something like that.
No, I
was
did.
worse.
You did. You said something
No,
like that.
I didn't. I said something else.
But anyhow, his brother was like,
Don't deny
turn it off. We got to start again.
No, what the hell did I say? It'll come to me.
No, I know what you said.
You do actually know what I said?
I had to edit it. I edited it out. The best was.
We got to get like a B-roll going of like all the edits. Like an X-rated, like all the shit we've edited out of the podcast.
Well, it's funny because like being a writer.
We could blackmail ourselves.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, you could.
Well, that's the thing. So for 2024, what we could do is if we set up a system where we take all the worst moments we had to edit out of the podcast, and what we do is we like put them on like a trap or like a trigger, and if we don't meet our goals, then they get emailed to your boss.
So that was one of the things that you said about setting goals in the new year. Was like the ultimate, what do you call ultimate responsibility or ultimate? Like it really keeps you on track. Well, how did you phrase it?
I don't remember
accountability,
that either.
ultimate accountability.
It is.
You said if you don't meet your goal, like by a certain date, a letter gets triggered, a bad letter that you have written.
Oh, that was the New Year's. That was like a New Year's thing, right?
You get triggered to your boss. Well, no. So the last podcast we did, we've taken a little break, and we want to explain why we took a little break.
Yeah.
We took a little break for Christmas, which was great. And me being a mom, I have a lot of work to do at Christmas because nobody else cooks over Christmas. Except I will say, Jim and Allison came in and threw down. They made a beef Wellington. So, but what
that
I'm
was
saying
insane.
is a lot of preparation.
All the food's great.
I was in a food.
I gained 5 pounds over the holidays.
Oh my God, I know.
But aren't you supposed to?
Yeah, and I didn't.
Is it? If you don't gain 5 pounds, you probably had a bad time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jesus did not die for anything. He didn't lose 5 pounds.
No, he was born.
If he didn't
on
gain
Christmas.
5 pounds.
Okay,
He
let's
didn't gain
back up.
5 pounds.
Jesus.
Maybe we need to go back to church.
His sacrifice meant nothing
Maybe
to us.
I didn't do a good enough job. Christmas is the birth of Christ. You're thinking of Easter.
Oh, I thought it was the birth of buying useless things.
Buying useless things. Yeah, it's like gifts.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. You get a gift.
But you have to gain 5 pounds.
You have to gain 5 pounds. Or it's not a good Christmas. And I think, mission accomplished here, I'm sure. But I didn't bake as much. We did have a lot of toffee because Jim made toffee. And his toffee's a little bit more posh than mine. It's a family thing.
Yeah, he just puts more money into it.
Yes, he uses more expensive chocolate and whatever. But anyhow, and then we said we'd take a little podcast break. And, then I got a wonderful Christmas gift from you boys, and it was all this equipment.
Yeah, it was just
I opened up a box and like, oh my God, there's wires. What is this?
A box of equipment that you have no idea what it is or what it does.
Look at this.
But
and
now you know.
Now I know. So what the boys did is they were telling me, and we talked about this, putting our podcast on video. So
that was like maybe the next logical step.
Yeah, because we've been having so much fun with this. We've been doing some fun interviews with myself as a writer. I write cozy mysteries, and used to start out my career in historical fiction, but now I'm really hammering down on those cozy mysteries. But so I have 3 series. And it's fun because I get to talk to, in fact, we've gotten to talk to a lot of cozy mystery writers. And we've gotten to talk to a lot of other people, but it's really fun because that's my industry, and we talk in that industry, and there's such wonderful people that we've had several of them on, more than several. We've had a lot on in and amongst our wackier podcasts. So we talked about that, and then I said, all right, we tried to figure out how to set this up, but then you guys came to me with another conundrum, another problem, and which was what?
Well,
what was your big problem?
The name of the podcast.
Yeah, the name of the podcast.
It was like when we came up with the name, it was like, oh my god, it'd be so funny if we did this.
It burns me.
Like when you get drunk and you're like, it'd be so funny if we did this, and then like the next day you're like, the hell was I thinking?
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
I want to quit now.
Well, no. So from my perspective, it was
explain.
Well, I want to be proud. I was proud of it, but I also was like, I don't feel comfortable sharing this with a lot of people.
Never shared. Okay, so the podcast was called the Motherboy Podcast, and our oldest son Jim. When I said, "Hey, the boys and I are thinking about starting a podcast," it's a mother-son thing. That's not really that usual. In fact, it's pretty unusual. What kid wants to have a podcast with their mom? Only the cool ones, I'm going to say. But anyhow, so I'm explaining it to our son in Seattle, Seattle Jim, as he's known on the podcast. And he said, Mom, that sounds very Motherboy to me. And I'm like, oh, which was a great reference. And I immediately cracked up because it's one of my favorite shows was Arrested Development. It was the cringiest episode on Arrested Development. So I came back and I told these two, and I said, your brother thinks this idea is a little Motherboyish. And they were like, yeah, oh God, they didn't want to be. I think your initial reaction was, like you didn't like that Jim said it was Motherboyish.
And then we were like, let's lean into it.
Well, we did our first podcast, and we did 3 before we released one. And I said, well, we need a name for the podcast. What do we call ourselves? And you go, I think it was you, Daniel.
No.
We could look back, but I think it was Daniel.
Yeah, but it was, I say a lot of shit. I say a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Well.
It's kind of, this is the feeling I get when I think about it. It's kind of like when you get those peanuts, a full on peanut from what is that restaurant? Five Guys. They just have peanuts
the peanuts
in crates.
And you throw them on the floor.
And you crack open the peanut and you remove the peanuts one by one, and then you have, for some reason, like a walnut that you haven't cracked yet. Okay, and you crack the walnut and the Five Guys. I want you to imagine this. You're in the Five Guys, peanut halved in half, the 2 peanuts in the 2 pods.
Okay.
You with a walnut, which they don't sell, cracking it on the table and removing the walnut and placing the peanut in the walnut. And trying to put the walnut half back on top with the peanuts inside, and then advertising it, and then putting it back on the pile of peanuts that everyone grabs from. And that's like the name of the podcast. That's what it feels like to me.
Unnatural is what you're saying. That was a long way to say unnatural.
And I don't want a walnut in my pile of peanuts.
Well, we did 7 months. We did 7 months of podcasting under that name. So the former podcast was formerly known as the Motherboy Podcast. Motherboy Podcast.
Yeah, we can stop saying the name.
And
we can.
Dan wanted to lean into the cringe. And
well,
I think it was a joke on me.
At the time, it was like kind of funny, and it was like whatever. And then I was like,
what?
I was like, oh, like, okay, we didn't also know what we were doing. We're screwing around.
We did.
And we're still screwing around to some extent. But I think what we did do is we started in like May of 2023, and we did a podcast every single week.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year, which is pretty good.
Which was awesome.
We did, how many did we do? Like,
I have to look at
I don't even know. Probably
close to
30 episodes maybe. Yeah. And then we're basically developing a product, and then it's like, all right, well,
But you can't get behind the name. It's like, it's
Yeah. I personally couldn't
case.
get behind the name. It was hard for me to do that.
Yeah.
But
which is funny because you were the one, and I'm going to get the soundbite, but you said,
I
let's
think you're
lean
wrong.
into the cringe.
I said lean into the cringe, but I don't think it was my idea.
No, Jim came
Either
up with the name.
way though. But yeah, no, I think we literally, we didn't know how to do a podcast. We threw some crap at the wall, see what stuck, and then we got data. We basically did an episode every week for like 5 months or 7 months or 8 months, or whatever it was. And then now we are taking a little bit of a break to figure out what we want it to be, take everything we learned and repackage it and,
rebranding.
Yeah, rebrand it and bring it, so it's the best it could be. So I think...
the best train wreck it could be.
Yeah.
Because that's what we deliver.
I think we have ideas, too, for other stuff that we want to do, maybe. Yeah. So it's going to kind of be like this new thing that came from, like, this original, like... Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan.
It's like a little seed that's starting to blossom.
It's like when you're at a Five Guys and you put a peanut instead of a walnut.
It's like when you ask for a Big Grayson at a Five Guys. And
what the heck is a Big Grayson?
This was coined on a term on YouTube. Look up the video, Big Grayson. But
what is a Big Grayson?
really,
is that like a burger?
Yeah, pull up the video, Dan. Pull up the video. And really, the concept is, I don't want the onions to touch the tomatoes.
Oh my God.
All right, this is going to be... I guess I'll just show you on the...
I
guess you could listen to it.
In all honesty,
I told my old lady at the time, I said, if I break his pinky toe one more time, I'm going to get me a pair of wire cutters. I'm going to cut it off.
Oh, my God.
And she said,
Wait,
no,
this
you
isn't
ain't.
the right one.
that's not the right one. That's
Oh,
a
here it
different one.
is,
That
here
one's
it
good too.
All right, are we recording? Here at Colby's, we understand, man. We just always have. We understand that, you want a fresh patty. You want to have crisp onions.
Ooh.
Juicy tomatoes. Cut about that thick, right? About that thick. But most importantly, we know the onions don't touch the tomatoes. Because at Colby's, we understand this. We understand you need to have a burger just the way you like it. Especially how the tomatoes don't touch the onions. Separated by a whole patty. You're not even going to have to worry about that. The only thing you got to worry about is finishing it.
Oh my God.
Introducing the new Big Grayson.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call a Big Grayson. Yeah, that's a Big Grayson.
Yeah,
How
so,
do
like
you
that.
find these things? They're shooting tomatoes and onion.
Dude, it's like
those
it's
of
like a
you
Duluth
listening,
commercial.
It is.
It
It's
totally.
All right, are we recording?
Oh my God! It is. It does look like it's like the Duluth.
So it's kind of like I
got
want a burger, but I don't want the but I don't like how the onions touch the tomatoes.
I don't bang the dino.
And sorry, I have autism. Anyway, I'll grab another thing to play with.
Okay, I asked if you wanted a squishy ball. Did I not?
Okay, well, just get off my back. Okay.
I mean, my desk is over there. I have some.
No, I'm good. But it's like I think the name was funny at first, and then I was kind of like, I can't. This is weird. People have asked me about the name, and they're like,
what was some feedback you got about the name, Matt? Like, what did people say?
People were like, I don't get it. A lot of people were like, I don't get it, and then a lot of people, I'd have to explain the joke to them. Like explaining a joke to people is just not a fun experience.
That's not good branding.
Yeah, not good branding.
Exactly.
It's
It's
not
like
good branding.
when I go to Five Guys and I order a Big Grayson, they don't know what it is.
Mm.
So
have you ever ordered one?
I will now. But no, it's just like, it was funny. I just don't think it's that good of a joke. But I like our new name now, which we haven't really said yet.
No, we haven't. I think it's.
What are you playing over there?
No, I just wanted to. I think we should do a segment called Mom Reacts.
All right, we can try
The
it.
Dan cam turned off.
The Dan cam, yeah.
We're still working out the kinks.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive that they came in to my.
This is the third try, though. We've literally tried 3 times to get this to work.
This is my inner
Yeah, this is pretty
sanctum.
insane.
This is supposed to be a relaxing, calming office with some of my like little fun pictures of families and stuff behind me. And they came in with so many cables. And you know my issues with cables.
No.
Oh my God, just like spaghetti on the floor. It's like I just don't know where they all go, what they all do, and they're all different. So yes, cables and cameras. But we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a little chaos. The chaos. But we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting
It's
there.
a new step. It's a new step forward, but I'm excited because when we have guests, hopefully we can have some live guests.
Yeah, we can have we can actually have camera,
or else they can come in from
the computer, and you guys can see
Yeah, we
them
can
on
Skype
You can see them on the computer
and see what they look like, because when they react to some of the weird things that the boys
God.
say, you can't
I'm
see
really
the reaction.
glad that person's an author and not on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
are you saying like I have a face for writing?
yeah, no.
Some people, you got to know a few people.
No. Here you go.
You got to know the people where you're like,
Oh, no. Stop it.
thank God they're
Yeah, there's good someone be like,
Hey, look, it's hard work. Being an author is hard work. And that's another thing, too. It's like now that there are cameras on you, you might have to start showering. Like my...
Well, I refuse to shower for you.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely refuse.
So usually what happens is it's usually a Sunday evening. The boys roll in for a dinner. And then they're like, we just kind of slog over to this table, which is our podcast table.
we got to try to be entertaining and funny
And
for
then
like an hour. And sometimes it's really hard.
At the dinner
Yeah,
table, I'm
right
like,
after you eat.
I go in and I'm like, what do you... And usually it's late. And
I'm sleepy,
I get up early. I have a busy day.
I'm sleepy.
Walk the dogs. I used to have to take care of you guys, but you're taking care of yourselves, which is beautiful. You're successfully adulting, and I'm just going to like clap for that. But that's proud of that. But the dogs and your dad. Your dad needs a lot of care.
What do you have to do for Dad?
Just meals, lay out his clothes.
He's a 5-year-old.
We gotta let the dad out in the morning.
I turn on the
sauna.
It was like,
Dad's gotta pee. We gotta let him out.
How do you get your son? No, we're so
Let me out, Darci.
No, it's fun. No, it's fun.
Honey, I want to go outside.
Not right now, goddammit. I'm trying to write a book.
I'm
trying to write a fucking book, John. I'm going to kill myself if you ask me to go out one more time. Next time, use the fucking bell I put on the door.
I know. I know. I have the dogs bark, and what happens is
5-minute warning.
I leave the door open, but I'll be in the middle of a sentence, and then I get interrupted. And yeah, it was today. It's.
What's Dad's favorite treat?
And it's so funny because like I spend a lot of thought. I put a lot of thought behind my dog treats.
What's the guy who invented the clicker thing to get dogs to do stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've Pavlov.
Pavlov. Do you ever Pavlov, Dad?
Yes, I think everybody's
Yeah,
conditioned.
you
ever
like
Pavlov
a bowl of peanuts and like make like a click noise.
Yeah.
Good boy.
You like ring a bell and then like give him peanuts?
No, your dad totally. So I set up the coffee at night, and it goes off at a certain time, and then your dad wakes up before I do, and he is trained. No, sorry, she's gonna listen to this and be like, "What the?"
He's like, I just told you, son of a bitch. I'm not trained.
What the? But he goes up and gets the coffee. And so I always have, I can't really, it's so nice now that I don't have to go to schools or anything, get up at the crack of dawn. It's so nice to be able to sit in bed and drink a cup of coffee. So that's kind of, I'm conditioned now.
Without him or with him?
No, Dad gets the coffee for me.
That's kind of nice. So you've trained him to get you coffee.
Yes,
Okay, good, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is wonderful. Anybody out there likes drinking coffee in bed? I highly
Train your
recommend.
husband.
You preset that coffee pot. You read that directions.
No, are you
if
more
you
of
don't know how to preset
more
it.
of a carrot or stick person when you're training?
Oh, I'm a carrot.
You're a carrot.
Yeah, and I think I know what you mean by this. Dangling, like I always like offer treat.
Carrot and stick is like if you're trying to incentivize, it's like either a carrot is like a positive incentive and a stick is a negative. So it's like
I'm positive, 100% positive. Like even the dogs, like every dog, I hike around the lake and all that, and every dog, like our dogs, we do it every day. Sometimes twice a day. We walk around this lake, and I always have food in my always have dog treats in my pocket, and it's a particular kind. It's like a little beef stick, and I break it up into little pieces, and every time they do something that I deem good, like going to the bathroom, which is how it starts as a puppy, they get a little treat. So now Finley, who is 11, he's 10, he's going to be 11 at the end of February, which I know freaks me out because he's so awesome. But he goes to the bathroom and then runs over and hits my pocket with his nose. Like,
Yeah,
I did
know.
that. Look at what I made for you. Feed me some more.
Give me my hot dog. Give
I
me
just-
my 1/4
kind of just-
portion of
yeah.
my hot dog.
I kind of just like feed the cycle, but
Sorry.
and Ripley. But every dog that we meet that we know will run up to me and just sit and wait for the treat.
Yeah,
you know,
they know.
Mm-hmm.
But and then if Finley used to bark at other, he's a kind of he's an alpha male. He's the sweetest thing, but he is vocal, and so I don't want him barking at other dogs. So if he sits and is good when another dog passes us, even if the other dog is barking and provoking him, I give him a treat for that. So that's his good boy treat. So anyhow, positive.
So what's Dad's
reinforcement.
good boy treat?
Because-
Is it like a chocolate turtle or something?
Who was it once that did that to me?
What?
Was it one of you boys?
It's probably me.
Yeah.
was
He
probably
was in
one.
high school. They were
Like, wait a minute, you can train people?
Yeah.
You can train dogs?
you gave me a treat. I forgot. I think I can't remember this, but I do remember that you were trying to, like, every time I do something nice, you're trying to give me a treat or something. I don't remember this. But anyhow, I think you were like Jelly Bean? I don't know.
I was testing.
Jelly beans kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Yeah, they do suck.
cherry?
Jelly beans are
It
disgusting.
seems like a British invention.
It's like
Look it up.
1920s
Well,
candy.
regular,
It's a British
original,
invention.
the OG Jelly Bean is terrible. The ones that I had
What's
when I
the
was a kid.
original?
The ones that we used to get as a kid.
When did
you
Jelly
were-
beans come out?
Jelly Beans got cool because when the
It's
Jelly
Harry
Belly
Potter,
came
right?
out. No, Jelly Belly. It was Ronald
That's-
Reagan made them big. Ronald Reagan.
Bernie Bott's or whatever.
What?
Bernie
Birdie Pot? Birdie?
Bott's every flavored beans from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It definitely rejuvenated them.
Well, the Jelly Bean used to be just this gunky candy coated, and the candy coating wasn't really flavored. I mean, it was just sugary, and then the inside maybe slightly flavored the jelly, which is really kind of
So, like,
good.
what's the difference between a jelly bean and like a Mike and Ike?
So, I don't know if there really is one, but the Mike and Ike's maybe had more flavor. I don't think I've ever
That was
had a
kind
Mike
of
and Ike.
crazy. It
But
says that
The
like
Jelly Belly is amazing, and I tell you what, I love the cherry,
Yeah.
very cherry because I love cherries.
this says that
Very cherry Jelly Belly is
the first jelly beans were mentioned during 1861.
they're an old candy.
Yeah, and like some guy from Boston wanted to be sent to American Civil War soldiers.
Aw.
That's kind of crazy.
it's good
so they're
because
like
it is-
an old
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and
That's
they
kinda
did you ever
nuts.
see how they made them? They have these big, almost like those coffee bean roasters. They have a big tumbler, and they put the sugar, the colored and flavored sugar, in the tumbler, and they put the jelly, and it goes in the tumbler, and they just keep spinning it, and it just gives you layer and layer and layer and layer and layer of smooth sugar, and it polishes them up. It's a really cool process. So you put all them raw, you put the jellies with the sugar, and it just coats them. So that is kind of neat that it so well coated. It's a cool process. But the Jelly Belly is where the jelly beans really took off, and they're good. I mean, compared to like a Snickers bar, no.
What's the best candy?
the
Tier
best
list.
chocolate
candy.
or candy? If I had to
If
do
you-
a non-chocolate
No,
candy,
it could be like anything you want. Any sort of candy. Any sort of candy. What's so? Do you know? Are you familiar with the concept of a tier list?
the what?
The concept of a tier
Well,
list.
Yeah, like top tier candy.
No, there's like
like
an S tier is like the
A
top. Then
tier.
it goes A, B, C, D, E.
Well,
F.
why is that the top? I don't
Because
get it.
S stands for like super or something.
superior,
It's
maybe.
something like that. It's like better than A.
Okay.
S
so-
is like
mention.
because you have like
Something like that.
A is like something that's amazing. S is something that's like completely stands out above everything else.
Yeah,
okay,
like
I'm sure I've
super,
had.
like
I'm sure I've
S-tier.
had an S.
What's
I
your
would
S tier
say-
candy?
I would say the toffee we make is probably S tier.
Yeah, that's a
And-
good call. Yeah, that's
and
good.
I do like when I was a kid.
Is
when
that a
I
candy or
got
a
them-
cookie?
That's a toffee is a candy.
Like a confectionery.
Okay.
With
I
it has
don't know.
it has like toasted almonds, and it's like it's just such a good process. And it's coated with a really good chocolate, toasted almonds on there, toasted almonds in the toffee.
Yeah, why would you make it
It's a
during the summer?
process.
You should make a summertime version of that.
We used,
Summer
we used to
toffee.
make a lot more of it, but it
Yeah.
got the chocolate's so expensive, the butter, everything is in it, the nuts. It's
The nut.
when you go to buy it,
These
it's
nuts.
expensive. A good piece of toffee is
The
expensive.
nut.
So I loved turtles, like the turtle candy when I was a kid. Like we never
Turtles are
got them.
good,
That was
yeah.
a very special treat. So I would say those are good. Favorite jellyish, like either gummy bear, jelly bean, that kind of thing. It's 100% the Swedish
Waterfront
fish.
Village with my friend the zombie Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right, you're great zombie.
Me too. I like turtles.
Like he just doesn't know what to say. Like froze up. He's like,
Is
"What
that
do I
live-
say?"
is that
He's-
live-
You think he was thinking about that for like a solid like 2 seconds before he said it? He's like,
But
I
the
don't know what this girl
red
asked me.
Swedish fish, Do you remember when we went? Whenever we check into the.
That's not
okay,
it's not an S tier
it's
candy.
not an S tier
No. I
candy.
said jelly candy. My S tier candy was probably toffee.
S tier candy.
Turtle.
So now you're doing a new tier list for jelly candy?
Well, no. If I was gonna pick.
Are you sick?
Yeah, I love Swedish Fish though.
Swedish Fish, they're pretty
really good.
Yeah.
And you know what? They might know this at the Hampton Inn because whenever I check in, they always have like a big
they give
box.
you Swedish Fish.
You see the big boxes they gave me before because I'm
No.
like, I stay at so many Hampton Inns and
They know
whatever.
you
They
like
know
Swedish
my
Fish.
list.
It's in
by
it's
now.
on your file, the
It
official
must be on my
record.
file. She came with the two
Mm-hmm.
things of water and 2 Swedish Fish, and they were big boxes of Swedish Fish. Like sometimes they give me little bags. One time, some lady convinced me this was at a Hampton Inn. I love Hampton Inns because they're very, very polite. And she goes, what treat would you like? Want to take a treat away? So it's the first time they offered me a treat in the morning. This is back to treating. Like, I remember the treats that I'm given. And I go, oh, you don't need to because they give you breakfast or whatever. And she goes, no, you need to try. This is the first time I had a whoopie pie. You need to try the whoopie pie. This is down in Tennessee. We stayed in this really nice Hampton Inn. And I go, all right, I'll try one. And I go, what do you recommend? She goes, the strawberry. I'm like, there's strawberry whoopie pies. So she packed off with a coffee and a strawberry whoopie pie. And it was okay. It was good. It was cute, though.
Did you get us whoopie pies? Is that what we had? Or we have moon pies?
No.
What do we
Oh,
have?
no,
moon
it was
pies.
moon pie. Sorry. I was talking about
whoopie
moon
pie
pie.
is such a-
It's
Whoopie
different.
pie sounds dirty.
Yeah, it does.
No,
To me,
whoopie-
it sounds
Yeah, it
dirty.
does.
Whoopie pie is it's like a cookie.
It also reminds me
It's
of
like a
Whoopi
cookie
Goldberg,
cake.
too.
Whoopie pie is
Yeah.
like a,
Yeah, kind of.
do you know what, like,
A whoopie pie.
isn't it? Oh, my God. Okay, so you just ruined whoopie pie. No, whoopie pie is more of like a little cookie with like
What's the
soft
movie
cake.
where she's doing pottery?
It was moon pie. Yeah. Oh, the Ghost.
Ghost?
That's my favorite thing. I made fun of that in one of my books.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Whoopi
Ghosting.
Goldberg.
She's
That's-
in that movie.
yeah,
she's in
she's-
Ghost.
She's in
good.
Ghost?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's really good in
Oh,
Ghost.
my God. I sure it wasn't like a parody movie.
Whoopie cream pie just
No.
made me think of that movie, though.
Oh, stop it! No, that was a good movie. That's very, very, very. Oh, it's one of those classic movies.
I've never seen it, but
And
I would.
everybody that has a Potter's Wheel from my generation, if you have a Potter's Wheel, you've got it like ghosting. Like that's a term, and now ghosting means
Yeah.
like you just don't reply to somebody on social media. Ghosting is when like I can't.
Pottery,
explain
for
it. I'm
some
trying to do it like pottery wheel. The girl's like making a pottery. It was Demi Moore, and then Patrick Swayze died. It was her husband. He died, and he comes behind her as a ghost, and he's like holding her hands on the pie.
So bad.
It sounds terrible the way I explain it. At the time, it was one of these iconic scenes from any movie, and every time
What
somebody,
movie is this? Ghost?
it's called Ghost, but it's from the 80s, isn't it? Back when Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore were big. Patrick Swayze's no longer with us, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you find it, Dan? Ghost, pottery wheel? I don't think you need to say much more than that.
I was always more of a fan of Val Kilmer.
Oh, I love Val Kilmer. Love his movies. Real genius.
Top Gun.
Yes, Top Gun. was
That was
really good.
Heat, I think. You ever see Heat? That movie's insane. You should
I don't
watch
think
Heat.
I did.
Heat's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that.
Heat?
No, back to candies though. What are your favorites? What
My
would be what would be
favorite
an
candy?
S tier candy?
S tier candy.
I'm sure.
I feel like my go-to is always like Reese's
Oh, I love
or Reese's. If I don't know, I don't even know how
Reese's
I say
and
it.
Snickers for like common candy bars are good.
but Snickers is good, but like I don't
Reese's
know.
better, just the combination.
Reese's
of
is better. I think
Yeah.
Butterfinger is also up there too.
underrated. It's good.
It's underrated.
really
It's definitely
good.
underrated.
Butterfinger's
People are
good.
like, there's a lot of candies people sleep on.
Like-
Butterfinger's one of them.
Oh my God, Dad and I were watching. What is it?
What about Milky? Milky Way is just a diet Snickers bar. Just doesn't
Yeah,
have
it
it's
nuts in
just
it.
not.
It doesn't have the caramel or the nuts.
Yeah,
in
the Three
it.
Musketeers. I used to love
I
Three
guess if you have
Musketeers.
nut allergies, you're probably like a Milky Way person.
Yeah. Oh no, we were watching Jack Reacher.
Mm.
So Jack Reacher was a book series. He's a character from a book. And Grandpa loved that book series. But anyhow, that's on Amazon. And it's funny because like he likes Clark bars. I don't think you've ever had a Clark bar.
What the hell's a Clark bar?
I don't really know. I've seen it. I don't know if I've tasted one, but it's so funny because it must be like a branding thing in the show. And he's like always like, oh,
A Clark bar?
Clark bar. It's like a red candy bar. I'm not sure what's even in
like,
it.
like pretzels in it?
No,
Yeah,
it's
five.
an
Oh,
older.
you know what's
no,
really
older-
good? Have you ever
yes.
Reese's
Yes.
Take Five?
Take Five. Those are really
Reese's
good.
Take Five. There's a difference.
Yes, Reese's Take Five
Reese's
are
Take Five is like
amazing.
it's pretzel and then a Reese's peanut
Yeah.
butter cup. It's insane.
Yeah, but
I mean, that
bet.
is a that's a yeah. So those are good. What would you be your least favorite candy?
My least
Like
favorite.
if Halloween, you get these candies.
Yeah,
You
I
just,
feel like there's a good
chuck 'em.
answer. Ah, God.
they're probably those like really like shitty butterscotches that you have at
Ooh, I
like
like
old
those.
people's houses.
Oh my
Wor-
God,
no,
like- oh.
those the Werthers or whatever.
Really?
Those are
Those
so
are
good.
so
Yeah, yeah, actually they are really good. I'm trying to think of one.
Well,
I
I'll
really
tell you what
hate.
the
No,
worst
there are
is.
some gross
I think, like,
wrapped candies though. There's some really gross ones.
Like the Milk Dud ones are really not.
Well, I like
my
the Milk
favorite.
Duds. Milk Duds?
They're chocolate and
Yeah,
caramel.
like
I like Milk Duds.
chocolate and like they're just really.
I'm gonna give you
grainy.
one.
What?
Elephant peanuts.
Oh,
What?
elephant peanuts.
Remember those things?
Oh, those things? Yeah, those things are
I think
dumb.
he thought you said something else, and I thought you said something else. Too.
Elephant peanut.
Penis. Elephant penis.
Elephant penis?
Like who?
Jesus.
Oh no, they're called circus peanut. Circus peanuts, not elephant peanut. I'm sorry.
Dude, you're close to saying it. You gotta change.
Freaking.
I can't talk. That's why I'm a
Subconscious,
writer.
You ever had an elephant penis?
Okay,
You ever ate an elephant penis?
For dessert?
It's the worst kind of candy.
I went to
ever.
Africa and I found this
Okay,
little
no.
hut down there.
No, it's
and
not.
there was a witch doctor
Don't
in
do
there, and
this.
I was trying to treat my sciatica.
Oh my god.
They said, you want the tusks or you want the penis?
You know, the penis, and I said, I can't fit the tusk up there.
What? It's sciatica. It's a nerve pinch. What do you think sciatica
What?
means?
I don't know what sciatica is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Isn't it like?
Should I look it up?
Yeah,
no,
look it up.
it's a nerve that runs on your back, and when you pinch it, you feel it all from your like lower back all the way down to your toes, like to your leg. It's very painful. So it doesn't.
I like the southerner that goes to Africa to
So-
treat sciatica.
Yeah, no, you don't need to go to Africa to treat sciatica.
But if you want elephant peanuts, you probably should.
Yeah,
No,
so-
elephant peanuts are pretty bad. They're,
I think they're called circus peanuts. To
circus
me.
peanuts?
I thought they were elephant peanuts.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
trying to
I should
think.
look
I'm
this
trying to
up.
think of one that's like really bad. I think Smarties are pretty low tier.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Smarties
Some people
are
love
literally
them.
just
Some people-
chocolate.
These are alright.
Some people love those
Oh yeah,
sugary
these
candies.
stupid things.
What?
These bad boys. Oh, you guys can't see the screen, can
What
you?
is it?
No.
Well, I'm showing the audience.
Yeah, you describe
elephant
it
peanuts
for
are.
us.
They look like peanuts, but they're like foam.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a sugar. It's like
Yeah,
almost
they're
like a
like a
marshmallow,
weird-
but not a good marshmallow.
And honestly, I'm gonna say this, and this might be a hot take, but I think Peeps are pretty bad.
Yeah, no, they're.
I think
you're
Peeps are
right.
not
They're
good.
terrible.
They're-
They're
yeah.
awful. They have too much sugar on them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think it's the
I
sugar on
agree.
the outside that gets me. With
we're
the
not a
Peeps.
we're not a peep fan.
It's so fake, and like the
You guys
coloring.
used to put them in the
like the yellow
microwave, didn't
coloring.
you? You used to
Yeah.
put them in the microwave and blow
That was
them up.
always fun because they'd get like huge.
Yeah,
Mm.
but the whatever the yellow dye is they put
That's
in
gross.
the sugar is like. I
Mhm.
think that's what makes it taste like.
Dude, they mess with
Garbage.
candy hard when they take sugar.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
the-
I
do
think
shit
they
to
take
it.
at least a year off. When you eat
when you eat a candy.
a peep.
A peep.
Yeah, I think you
maybe.
lose about
It
a year per
shaves a
peep.
minute off your life, Matt.
It could.
A minute.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's-
it's that refined sugar, not the best for us. And I say this
Did you
as
know-
a baker.
Oh,
I
this-
say this as a person who writes baked goods in her stories.
I think the worst-
I give you delicious recipes, but my hot take is limit the sugar. It's fine.
That's
but-
not a hot take.
well, it's general. It's generally.
It's like a freaking
general
like
rule. But when it's combined with some serious food coloring like that,
Yeah, it's gross.
Peeps are not only
It's cursed.
they're not only yellow, they're blue, they're pink, they're orange. They're neon colors now. That's just
Okay.
that comes out. That comes out of a person.
Yeah, I just came up with an idea.
Doesn't
If
digest.
you want to torture somebody for like a week, you serve them nothing but like
oh
peeps
Jesus!
and baked
Oh my
beans.
God!
And that's like the only
Why
meal
would
they
you-
get.
Why would you think of
3
that?
meals a day, baked beans and peeps.
Oh my God!
Because how about how often? Because those two flavors they clash so
Wait,
hard
would you
with each
roll
other.
the
like
Peeps?
toothpaste and orange juice.
Yeah, and like you gotta know the peep just makes the beans taste so tasty.
Would you roll the
Jesus.
peep and the beans, or would you chunk the peep up?
No, I think you just like have them on the side, but they have to eat it before they leave.
All right.
Oh.
I got it.
That's
Before we get
funny.
off the candy topic,
Yeah.
I got a good one for you.
That's
All right.
terrible.
So, my girlfriend was telling me about this story about how some lady is suing Reese's
What? Ooh.
because for their Halloween, you know how they have like the different shaped Reese's,
Oh,
like
yeah,
pumpkin,
yeah, pumpkin. I bought
trees,
a
or
bunch of
whatever
those.
for whatever
I was
holiday
giving
it
out
is.
a lot of candy this year. Yeah.
So the pumpkin one has a face
Yes.
for the pumpkin.
Yes.
And
They're adorable.
on the wrapper,
Yeah.
it shows like the face of the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And then when you open it up, it doesn't look like the wrapper. So she's suing them because the Reese's pumpkin doesn't look like the wrapper.
I mean, it has a cute
It's
face,
false
though.
advertising.
Oh, come on. False advertising. I think almost everything is false advertising nowadays.
That
I don't
person
think
saw their.
that person
Here,
just
look at
wanted. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they found
Danielle.
Like it's sort of ridiculous. On one hand, I do kind of get it though. Like,
Oh, that's not. No.
because there's there's literally a
yeah.
face on the package, and there's no
No, that's not real because there is a face on the pumpkin too.
where
No.
the pumpkin's right underneath
Yeah,
it.
look at another one. That one might have been a mistake. I think they do cut a face in the pumpkin.
I'm not sure if they do.
I don't think
actually.
they
I don't
do.
think they do.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Maybe I haven't really.
No,
eaten
this
one.
person got him. She got him.
I think she did get them.
She got him, dude. Take it to the Mars, dude.
Well, how much did
Mars
she get?
candy, dude. They can pay her $1 million. It's okay. All right. They give
Yeah,
children diabetes,
Yeah.
so you know.
Oh my God.
I think it might be a little bit equitable.
Yeah.
Okay. If they can pay this one woman to catch them out on their bullshit one time, $1 million. Okay.
Settle
I
out
mean,
of
it
court
is.
with that.
I
It's
feel like it
funny.
is.
It is
In
funny.
some way, it is a little fair. It's like because I guess this woman might have bought a lot of them.
How much
and
did
if
it
she-
say what she did?
But also, if you probably should have checked out one of them. I don't know. I need to do more research into it. But I like to
it is- I mean-
speculate. I'd love to speculate.
But I've bought packages that
I bet she's.
I love this fact.
I bet she's not.
Dan, put us a picture of her. What does she look like? What is this?
She sounds like a real Karen. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, there's a video of her?
I don't
No,
know.
Dan's making it up.
but
He's
I'm just thinking
speculating.
about what she would look like. She's either okay. I think
gotta
she's
be
either
like-
she either runs a business and ordered a shitload of these candies, and they don't look like what she thought they would for some massive
maybe
order of them,
maybe like a child. Maybe she's like a teacher, and she thought it'd be fun, and a child.
or she just doesn't.
complained.
She doesn't have anything better to do,
Yeah.
and that might be the
It's
case
like the
too.
people that sue McDonald's because their coffee's too
Like
hot.
life has
and-
become so easy
Yeah.
that
Well, it's
you
easy money. It's easy money. There are
That-
people
that's probably
there are
true,
people
too.
that do look for
Full time.
lawsuits.
full time. Their job is doing lawsuits.
No, and that's I saw a show, I think it was, and it was about somebody who just sued every hotel that had a pool that didn't have a handicap lift because that they passed the handicap.
That's a get
act,
rich quick scheme. That's insane.
and they
Yeah,
just
that
went
is
around,
insane.
and that's why you don't see a lot of pools anymore in hotels. And the ones
Really?
you do,
The
they
new
always have a
ones?
handicap lift in it. But who have you ever seen anybody use that? I have not.
The handicap lift?
Only in pools, like
Only
in pools where
kids,
they're
only
instructed.
children.
Yeah,
like only
About
kids
as many
are-
times as I've seen my grandma use her
Well-
chairlift.
Oh. What I mean
I've
is,
used it more than she. I think.
I know.
Yeah,
I just
think
saw that
so.
that's what I was trying to
I think-
say.
I think
Oh,
so.
the lift that goes up her staircase.
Yeah, that goes up her
Yeah, it
staircase.
is kind of fun. It's like a that would be like a D ride at Disney back in the day
That's
when
not,
you had the
that is
tickets.
a not even a ride.
Yeah, I would.
It's
I
just-
would not pay for that.
Do you remember
ride.
at Disney? There's some rides. I think it was like Peter Pan, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and you sit in the thing and you just go. And they just like they just,
What?
Were they not there? Like when you
Mr.
were little.
Toad's
No,
Wild
I think
Ride?
they're
They
gone.
took 'em down. Oh,
the
they were
only
great.
ride that's like
They
that
were-
that's still there is a Small World, and that ride is
Right, that was a
very
exactly. But just
underwhelming.
imagine a lot of those rides at
and definitely
Disney when it opened.
definitely
back
made in the 60s.
1970s.
Well, we went the ones we did the one at Epcot. There was the original like space globe.
That was a good
thing,
one.
The ball
but
thing.
Epcot was built many years after Disney was built. The original Walt Disney World down in Florida.
Mm.
But when we were kids and we first went there, it wasn't like you didn't have to pay an entrance fee, but you bought a book of tickets, and you paid like let's say in the day it was $25, and I'm all wrong here, but you get a book of tickets and you get 2 A rides, 2 B. You got multiple rides. You didn't get to pick what rides you had. You had tiered
Interesting.
level tickets, and maybe that's how they controlled. The
lines?
Maybe because anybody could get in there.
Could you buy more
I don't think there was
like
an entrance fee.
high tier?
No,
You couldn't.
No.
Really?
So then that's why at the end of the day you'd be on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And let me tell you, it was not a wild ride. It was like going up
Oh
and
my
down
God.
Grandma's staircase in her chairlift, because it was like it turns a little bit and you go up a little bit, and then it turns a little more and you go up a little bit, and then it turns around and then there's a person's face. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was the bottom of the barrel ride.
That's funny.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
New
that's
Disney's
how
really
they,
fun.
I mean, but then they changed it.
Yeah, New
after.
Disney's insane.
Yeah, dude, the Haunted Mansion ride, the way
No,
how,
everything
the
is
wall,
so
like,
good.
stretches,
I want to go
crazy.
back there.
It was a
and-
fun family
I don't know. Disney
vacation.
does piss me off though.
But it is perfect. Like if it is the one thing they did, like you want to not like it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes because it's like so overdone. It's
You
so
wanna hate it.
publicized.
Epcot
They
was unbelievable.
Oh, it was,
I mean, it completely blew
we
me
went to
away.
Universal. Universal was so crowded.
Universal was cool, but it was like a totally different vibe.
Yeah, the rides. It's more
I
like a
hated
theme
it.
park.
I did
More like-
not like it. They didn't let
They
you sit
purposely
down.
Way too
don't
crowded
have
and
benches
way
for
too
you to sit
expensive.
down.
How much did we pay? And then Jim wanted us to pay
It was like
another $100 or
I want to say it
$150
was
per
like
ticket
$250
to cut the line.
or
Yeah,
something.
it was
just insane.
I didn't
The
like
lines were so long.
Well, they didn't.
But
they
that
don't
was like
restrict
maybe the most
anybody.
people I've ever seen in my life
Yeah.
in one place
we-
was
'cause-
at Universal
Yeah, we
Studios.
beeline
Like
to
I
the
just
Harry Potter land, and we waited in line for maybe three. At
we
least
waited
3
in line
hours.
for 3 hours in a freaking like dungeon, like it was crazy.
That was on Hagrid's Wild Ride, and it was a
Yeah,
good ride.
Hagrid's.
But you're waiting.
It was
so
sweet.
long.
It was sweet, but it was like the
Yeah.
best one
I
was
was
the
very disappointed.
stupid Velociraptor ride, the Jurassic World
Oh,
ride.
that scared the
Was
daylights out of
the
me. Yeah.
craziest.
That was really scary.
That was literally the craziest roller coaster
Yeah.
I've ever been
Yeah,
on in
that
my
was like
life.
pure
I-
adrenaline. That was nuts.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much.
I thought I was
just
going to fall
wasn't-
out the whole ride. I closed my eyes.
I was,
thought I
but no,
gonna
like I
fall
was like,
out.
this looks like a decent roller coaster.
Yeah,
like
it was
I
good.
went in with like, because that's not a huge one. It just like kind of like, I don't know. It's just like a normal. It's not anything. Doesn't look crazy. Doesn't go super high in the air. But like, you get on it and you're like, holy, it's the real deal. Like
Yeah.
it was the best ride I've ever been
Yes,
on in my
it's
life.
the
It was
scariest.
crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Hagrid's was good.
Well, that was the coolest roller coaster I've
But
ever seen.
they did a good
just like the setup for it.
Oh
was,
yeah,
was like
walking
unbelievable.
through.
No,
the
I mean
whole-
the way the roller coaster works in the
Yeah.
Hagrid's like motorcycle
Oh,
ride
that was
is
really
like
good.
insane.
Yeah.
Like, it like drops you down a track. It's crazy.
Oh, it was really.
Yeah.
It was really cute, especially
It
since
was
we're such Harry
it was
Potter
too
fans.
crowded though.
Yeah.
They just let
Yeah.
too many people in the park.
Well,
like
and
it
what
was
Disney
just
does
terrible.
well, and we kind of, whatever. You kind of like, oh my god, I'm paying this. You know,
Mhm.
everything. Every time you turn around Disney for a family, I can't imagine how families take their kids when they're little kids to Disney all the time. You know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
very pricey, but they do. You do have to buy park pass. They limit.
Yeah, they limit
the
the
amount of people
people,
that
which
come
is
to your park.
better for sure.
It was really
Yeah.
nice because you didn't wait. I mean, you still had to wait for some of the good rides.
The
but
most you could have waited
it's
for a
very-
ride was like 2 hours.
at Disney.
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so.
I think we've never. You know what that ride would be?
But I don't think
that
we ever
was
hit
the
a
Frozen ride. We never went on Frozen because Frozen was always, and that's at the Epcot. But that was always.
Oh, there was a Frozen.
I've been on that ride. It's very underwhelming.
Okay, so
It's it's
Well,
very
probably not the
underwhelming.
age
It's a
level.
boat. It's a boat
Yeah.
ride. Granted, you do go down. You do go going pretty fast.
oh,
on the boat.
fun! So it's
The-
like inside boat ride.
The best part though was drinking around the world.
Yeah, that's
like
what
that
I
was
was
the
saying.
best part.
It is fun as you're older.
You know
guys
what?
were
Honestly,
funny.
I think the Elsa ride would have been a lot more fun if I was hammered.
the which one? Oh, geez,
The Elsa ride,
Yeah, the
Frozen.
But it's cool to
yeah
like.
Frozen ride.
But the way
I
they
would
have,
Snowden ride. I don't know. No, like
we
just
couldn't get in there.
you
but
can
I-
go backwards.
I
No.
did like the lands. I like the way they did all the lands. Like
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
it was
countries
cool.
and stuff.
It was really
What was your
cool.
favorite country that you went to, Matt?
England, because they had the best beer.
Oh, you kept going back there. You
Dude.
drank around the world. You were so hammered, and you're like, I'm going back to England.
Dude, I have a
What was
video
the
of
beer?
Jim. I have a video of Jim.
What was the beer that you took that you liked?
I have a video of Jim.
Oh my God.
So unbelievably drunk.
Okay, we shouldn't
at
say this.
Epcot.
You shouldn't say this.
And he just is talking about the Epcot ball. And he's walking out and he's like, look at that ball. Look at the size of that ball. That's a big ball. And I'm like, it's a great video. I'm keeping that one forever.
Oh, we should have played it at his wedding.
And then he starts talking about my balls, and you're in like a kid's park. And
What? No, stop it.
It's just like,
Enough.
Jim,
I don't want to know these
You
things.
gotta cut it out, dude.
Okay, no.
But that was pretty funny. That was a good time. No, the beer at the UK was really good. They don't have any rides. There's a lot of them that don't have rides. But
Was it just a?
Mexico is pretty insane.
Yeah, Mexico's
Mexico
cool.
is really cool. Like they have a ride in Mexico. They
Oh,
have
they
a
did?
really,
What was the
really
ride?
good food in
They have
Mexico.
a ride in Mexico.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you guys didn't ride it.
Really?
Yeah, I
Where
told you
is
there
the
was a ride.
ride?
What is it?
You saw it. You physically saw it. There's like, you know how you go in and the temple,
There's
Yeah.
the pyramid.
and
Yeah.
then there's like a kind of like a common area that you can
Yeah.
buy like stupid hats.
Yeah,
and
that's where
stuff.
we
And then
were.
There's,
We
there's a
hung out.
restaurant right
Yes.
there, and then there's like a waterway
Mm-hmm.
down there in between the restaurant.
Oh, we didn't see that.
And the waterway is like the ride.
I didn't know
Really?
that.
It's some really obscure Disney like cartoon about these like Mexican banditos or something.
No, wasn't that the
Really?
road to
Yeah,
was that the road to El Dorado?
No. That would have been cool though. Road to El Dorado ride would be cool. It's a great movie.
I had no idea.
Underappreciated Disney movie.
I had no idea there was.
Also
that.
one of the funniest.
Oh, that was a good movie.
The Road to El Dorado?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I don't remember
Dude,
that movie.
the
that
entire
well.
premise of the movie is they're trying to like grift the
Yeah,
city of
I
gold.
know.
It's so funny. Like
I remember the Emperor's New Groove
Yes,
was really
that was
funny
cute,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the same vibe. I mean, back in the day, Disney movies were great. After Frozen, I don't think they've made a good one. That's my opinion.
Didn't they made a couple. They had like Coco was good.
Coco
Oh,
is
okay.
that's Pixar though.
Is
That's
Pixar?
Disney. Pixar owns Disney.
That was very sad.
Yeah, but
Coco,
it's not that. It's not like
Was that after?
It's not like a musical. It's not like there's no singing in it. Well, there is. Oh my god, what am I talking about?
Oh, Coco is a
but
total
it's a Pixar
musical.
movie.
Pixar is Disney.
I know.
Now
but
it's
they're
Disney.
different styles. They're like different. Like one is
a
more
different-
like
I don't know what the difference
long
is.
form, usually not a musical. And then the classic Disney ones like Frozen.
Yeah.
That is a musical.
It's like
Coco was a musical.
back in the day when they did like
He plays the frickin' guitar.
Yes,
I
it
know,
was a
I know, but
musical.
there's supposed to be like a division. Like Toy Story is not a musical.
no.
Like a lot of the
We'd
OG
have to
stuff.
look it up. Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
Coco
But like the
Is
little,
very
the
good,
original
though.
Little
Like-
Mermaid, all those, those were when you guys were little.
I think Coco might be the last really good one because
Yeah.
I did not like Incognito or whatever that was called.
Coco was really good.
Encanto.
It's very
Encanto.
Encanto.
And then there's a new one. It's called Wish. I heard it's like not good too.
Wish. What was that one that was called Turning Red? It's about a girl who
Oh.
turns into a red tornado. That was terrible.
It's about a young girl's period.
It's
Yeah,
just
that movie's
such
a lit.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, there's like a scene in that movie where like she
So you
tries.
watched
What does she
it.
do? She sells
watched it.
something at school.
She sells like pictures of herself.
Yeah, no, it's in that. That was
Okay,
like
that's a little
okay,
creepy.
this doesn't make sense. anymore.
Yeah,
It's too.
Yeah,
It's
that was the line for me. I'm like,
yeah, it was weird.
She's like talking about her panda, and she's like selling pictures of herself, changing this panda at school. It's so messed up, dude. It is so
It's
messed
not
up.
good. Yeah, it's
All right, you know
bad.
what? Actually, I take it back. The last good Disney movie I saw was Luca.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Luca
that
was
was
really
great.
good.
so good. That
I'm
was
trying to figure out when these
Italy.
ones
That was
came
set in
out.
Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's hard to find. Yeah.
but
Every
again,
once
that's
in while
not a
they hit it out
musical.
of the
That's
house-
not like
out
a.
of the park.
That
Luca
doesn't
was
have.
adorable.
That's a Pixar one.
It was all about them getting a
Yeah.
Vespa scooter. They want a Vespa scooter.
Yeah, it's a great premise. It's a great movie.
I know. I kind of wanted a Vespa scooter. I think that'd be fun. Watching a lot of this Mediterranean living.
You died.
They made an Artemis Fowl movie.
They did, and it was
Yeah.
bad. I saw it.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Disney
bad.
did? Was that a
was
Disney
bad.
production?
Yeah, I think so.
Soul was really
Oh,
good.
that was.
I didn't see Soul.
Very deep.
Soul was very good.
That was
Luca was
good.
2021. So Soul
When
was
was Soul?
2020. December 25th, 2020. Luca was June 18th, 2021. And Encanto was November 2021.
Isn't Soul the one with
It was
the
really
guy like dies,
deep.
right?
Yeah, it was very not a kid's. I don't know. They make some really.
That's why I didn't want to see it because it looked too sad.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is a sad
I don't like
one.
the sad one so
It's
much.
like
I
an
like
up.
the
It's like an up
moving.
scenario. I don't
Yeah,
like up
Up was so
because
sad.
it's just so depressing for no reason.
Yeah, Up kind of
Yeah, the
pisses me
first,
off.
They go out of their way to
Yeah.
make that movie
It's so sad.
as depressing as possible.
Yeah, I was like crying
so
the first
frickin' sad.
5 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And
they're like, how can we ruin your day in like
Yeah.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
And
Well,
they did it.
I remember you
Yeah, they
kids
did.
when you guys went to see the last Buzz and Woody. What do you call it? Toy
Toy
Story.
Story.
Was it Toy Story 4? And you guys were still in high school, I think, and I dropped you off at the theater, and I was going to go see it, and you're like, you came out there, and it was like, you're like, don't see it, Mom. Like, it was really sad.
I don't even remember it that much.
It was so sad. You're like, don't see it, don't see it.
It's
It was
pretty
good,
rough.
But
Like-
they're trying to get
Dude,
it's
I
really
don't. There was
sad.
like this
It's sad,
trend
dude.
with Pixar movies, and I'm really kind of had I'm glad they're going away from this. But like, there was this trend of Pixar movies where they would make the movie so unbelievably depressing,
Yeah.
and
don't
it's
need
like,
that.
dude, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
need that.
Wall-E was one of those too.
Oh,
Wall-E was
hated
one of
Wall-E.
those. Up was
Hated
one of
it.
those. Coco was kind of like that
Yeah, it
a
was
little
very
bit.
sad.
Coco was really sad.
Coco had a very
Crosses the-
sad
yes,
ending, but it was kind of like
It was a good.
Coco
Yeah, you're
was
right.
good though.
it wasn't, the entire movie wasn't sad. Toy Story's what that was, dude. The Buzz Lightyear movie
Were great.
was one of the most
Ass.
depressing movies I have ever seen.
That movie was literally ass. It was so bad.
Oh,
It
you
was
mean
so
wait,
terrible.
the actual but no, you're not talking
The
about Toy
Buzz
Story
Lightyear
4.
movie.
I
The
know
Buzz Lightyear
that.
movie was
Oh, they-
ass, dude.
I guess I missed that because they kept promoting
Dude, the
it.
entire premise of the movie is like they crash land on this planet. He's trying to figure out a way to get him home using like a hyperdrive, but every time he uses it, he loses like 10 years of his life.
Oh no!
Yes.
That's that stupid. What is it? Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the?
yeah, but it's kind of like
so
that.
Angry.
But it's kind of like that. They come back. They're like,
but
they're like,
Interstellar
did it
was
work?
time
And he's like,
travel.
it's kind of worked. And then he keeps going further and further. And then eventually they stop giving a shit. Like they're like, you should stop doing this because we don't really care to leave anymore. And he's like, what the hell? I wasted like my entire life. Like basically trying to get you guys off of this
that
rock.
is
Like trying to
that's
like,
a kids movie.
yeah, it's so
Sounds like an Oprah book.
it's so bad. Like it's like, why does nobody care? This guy is like literally trying
Killing
his
himself
hardest to
save
like
them.
get him out of the situation they're in. Nobody cares. And then like the bad guy was like totally phoned in too. Like the bad guy is just like, I'm gonna spoilers here, but it's literally just himself in like an alternate timeline.
Is the bad guy?
Is the bad guy when they could have set up the bad guy as like, because he's talking
It's
about how he doesn't
contrived.
like
Yeah,
it's
very
bad
it's
writing.
super
Yeah.
contrived.
I don't like it.
Well, it's
It's
contrived
so
to-
bad.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
It's sad because Buzz
And Tim
Lightyear's-
Allen wasn't even Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Why am I even watching it?
Yeah, what the hell, Disney?
Yeah, no, they're
Do
just
better.
You know why? Because they're just trying to make more
Yeah,
money.
it's like the South Park.
They're just
thing.
using.
How can we even? They might be. Maybe
Manipulate.
they're the most evil company in the world.
Yeah,
Think
I
about
kind
it.
of think
They
so.
use people's
That's why-
emotions
Yeah.
to make them money.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
That's
almost,
crazy.
It's almost like advertising in general is like that.
Kind of, but like,
But you know what?
yeah, I guess
you know what I miss. And
things
this is-
that hijack your emotions to
Right.
make money.
I-
That's crazy.
Well, here's
pretty
the
evil,
thing,
yeah.
and this is what happened. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to sound very old when I say this, but back when you were growing up, and back when I was growing up, Disney was known for the princess movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so, and the princess, was always either rescued by a prince or whatever. There was always a prince there. There was an evil person there. This girl was overcoming stuff, and it was kind of a love story. It was a love story. And you see that, and you're like, they were beautiful. They had happy endings, and that was, I don't know. That still is the basis. I mean, that's what romance
That's what
novels
Taylor
are.
Swift writes all of her songs.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of,
know.
because that's a universal language.
It's like an
love.
archetype. It's like an
Right.
archetype. Like,
Right. Not everybody's going to be a princess, but I mean, everybody wants to feel loved and feel special, men and women. Do you know what I mean? And so they kind of take that away by, I did like Toy Story, but they've kind of shifted their focus, because the Little Mermaid was so, good and cute and all that. And then they had Beauty and the Beast. Really, really great story.
that one won. That was the first
Beautiful.
animated movie to win Best Picture. I'm pretty sure.
Beautiful.
Was it really?
The
Yeah, it
animation
literally
was
won Best
insane.
Picture.
The dance
It
in
was-
it
That's
so
crazy.
it was just so, and the dresses, and there was just so much
Or it won
class.
something, like Beauty.
No, it did. That was back way.
Yeah, I
that was
also
a long
felt like
time
those
ago.
movies had a lot of joy in them. Like they're
Well,
just very
we
joyful.
need more joy in the world. That's like,
Well, dude, Walt Disney was so like you could tell the attitude because they keep some of the stuff in Disney World. The attitude that guy had was like
Walt was
he had
amazing.
like the most hopeful view
Right.
of the future ever.
Right.
Like he wanted to create like a utopia. He wanted to make it so like everybody didn't have to
Happy,
worry about
safe
anything.
family.
Yes,
area.
yeah, and that's like the whole point of Epcot. Like Epcot is supposed to be, or was his idea to have like that was supposed to be like the center of like his city.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like supposed to be self-sufficient, like everything like that. It's just like a utopia. He wanted to build a utopia.
That's really
and you
cool.
can tell everything in that
Well, it's planned very well.
in that
It's
park is
beautifully-
about like
yeah.
human expansionism, human like innovation. Like it's
Yeah.
about it's so hopeful there, but that's just like
And I think that's what we need
All
more
that stuff's
of. We need
gone.
more of that positive, sweet, beautiful, fun, charming. Life itself is, like it's what you make it. You have a choice. You have a choice to be sad. And,
well, I mean they're choosing sad right now, so
Well, and they're torquing it up.
well,
and-
Mom, Everything went downhill when they started selling stocks. Okay. So.
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
No, I don't know.
They were probably selling stocks
like a really long time.
Oh, no, it's
like the 80s.
It's a very successful company. But what I'm saying is, for me, yeah, I don't know.
Did you find it?
I'm trying to.
No, I used to Beauty and the Beast, and I still have all those on cassette, like the cassette tapes, video cassette.
Yeah, you could probably sell those.
I'm saving them for grandchildren someday.
I don't know. They're good. I mean, their new ones are just kind of like, I just don't watch any
unmemorable
new stuff anymore. There's very few stuff I want to watch. Like
I know. What is it? Dad wanted to go to the movies the other day.
Everything looks so contrived. Like, even a movie
like
I thought was going to be
being
good.
manipulated. I don't like to sit in a show and feel like I'm being manipulated.
Wait, which movie?
Just saying new movies now. It's like, I don't really want to go see.
That.
I think everything is
the movie. The one I just watched, the Leave the World Behind movie.
Oh, is that on Netflix? No, I did not.
Well, that's the one that's like there's a lot of conspiracy around it because like the Obamas were the executive producers of it.
How's that happen?
I don't know. I don't think we should go into it, but basically my whole takeaway from that movie was like, I thought it was like an okay movie.
Yeah.
There was points in it that was like laughable, like bad, but then there was also points where I'm like, this is a good like psycho thriller.
Okay.
And then overall though, I just felt like I was watching some sort of propaganda. And it was, some parts of it were extremely contrived, and it was like just telling it straight to your face. Like, it was like just bad writing.
Right.
Some parts of the dialogue were like, you just like, why did you just deliver it to me like that? Like,
exactly.
I didn't understand.
I think that's really cool that you guys pick up on that, because it's like there's a part of human nature where like you just I want to be entertained. Like, and if I feel like something is so contrived, and some things are like so well done, so well written, and you're like just sucked into the movie or sucked into the show. Mm-hmm. My most recent show that I like actually felt something, because a lot of times you watch something and you're like, oh, fun, whatever. But years ago, you used to go to the show and you would feel something when you left. Mm-hmm. You'd feel some emotion. It was The Crown. I saw the last season of The Crown, and the very last episode is about Queen Elizabeth, and she was planning her own funeral. Now she's already passed away.
You get to plan your own funeral as a queen?
Yeah, she was in her 80s. I don't know if this is true or not, but
That's
anyhow,
a power move.
I had just
a power move.
Well, this is so funny. It was a night your dad, I think, was calling a game or something. He was working at the school or something. He's the voice of the school sports, and so he was gone, so I could watch what I wanted to. Well, it was the Golden Bachelor's wedding. Did you see that?
Oh, I did, but it's okay.
You're yawning. Golden Bachelor.
I'll be okay.
Yeah. No. It was very tearful. Like, I didn't watch.
The Golden Bachelor?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, because they were adorable and they were both crying, and then their kids were crying, and I'm like crying, and then I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And I started watching The Crown, and then I'm like,
they hijack your emotions to make money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was genuine. I believe.
It was that guy Gary.
Gary was
needs
adorable.
to be on TV more.
Gary was so
like
sweet.
Gary needs to host Saturday Night Live or something. He's hysterical.
What's the woman's name that he married? I forgot what her name is, but she was sweet.
Yeah,
and
cool.
You could just
lady.
tell, like, look at they had wonderful marriages, wonderful lives, and then tragedy, and they found each other, and they were just adorable.
It's very wholesome.
And the kids were their kids on both sides. Oh, it was just they're grown up kids, of course. But anyhow, so I was like, it was very. I don't know. I was crying at weddings, I think, but. Mm-hmm. And then The Crown, it was the last episode, and I've invested in this series from the very first episode. I think it had 6 seasons, and this last season was great. But the last episode, it was like, oh my gosh, it was beautifully done. I think my opinion. I think it was it was very poignant and very. It's kind of like this woman had seen so much in her life. What was she? She almost 100. Was she 99 when she died? They don't really talk about her dying, but it's like implied. Like it was very, very well done.
She just died a couple years ago, right?
Just last fall.
Oh,
Jeez,
it was last fall.
Oh my gosh, I've not done my job. You guys are not,
Wow.
Shows how much I care.
Yeah, anyhow,
Just
I know.
don't care about
I know.
the
So that I
British
know. Sure,
Kingdom at all.
sure, half the people
Sorry.
listening to this don't care either. But anyhow, it was
British
but
royalty.
My point too was that it was a very well done series, and I think now a lot of the talent is going to things like Netflix or Hulu or whatever, making
She was
really good series.
Queen from 1952 to 2022.
But how old was she?
70 years of reign.
That's long.
70 years.
I think she was like
70
almost
years.
100. I don't know though. I think
Oh, she was like a little kid, or she was like,
96.
96. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
yeah, it is really good.
her father, was the king, right? So she grew up in that world, lived through World War II, and then he died prematurely, and then she took, she was like 20s when she took her.
Yeah, there's
So
videos
she's
of
lived
her
an amazing
during
life.
World War II. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, she lived an amazing life, and to just relive that, like the history of the world through, the royal family like that was really interesting.
Like just moving it around.
What's he doing?
He's just zooming in on the page. He's like moving it around.
That's so fun. But anyhow, I digress.
All right, movies that make you feel. I guess I don't know.
What was the last time you felt?
Dude, I saw The Creator. That was really good. I like that movie. There's a couple things that don't really make sense in The Creator. Okay,
Plot
we're not going to get
holes.
into it. There's
Yeah.
a couple plot holes, but ultimately, I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was the guy who made Rogue One made that movie.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
it was
solid.
not
I
bad.
think my girlfriend and I were watching a movie called Sicario. That movie goes hard.
Really,
that movie
I've not
goes
seen it. I've heard of it.
so hard on like cartels. It's about the cartels in
Oh,
Mexico,
that's
and they
right.
do not hold back. It goes hard, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Sicario. What's
Yeah.
yours? What's the last movie that you felt something in?
Jesus, I don't know.
Is that terrible? You can't even remember.
I saw
Anger and Napoleon.
Anger.
Yeah, Napoleon was like a very like flat, like meh kind of movie for me. I liked Oppenheimer. I thought Oppenheimer was good. That movie definitely makes you think and feel
Won
like
a lot of
it's a pretty
awards.
incredible movie.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like terrifying in a totally different way than you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's about.
And it's a good production, and I don't know.
No, that was probably one of the best movies
It's
to come out
intense
last
throughout.
year.
It's like the entire.
I mean, it was like
time.
the only other movie was like the Barbie movie, and
That's
it's like,
just like pretty and
whatever.
fun, but it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, we went over that. We got in trouble.
Yeah.
I saw both of them in the same.
Got in trouble
day.
from your nieces. They didn't.
You did the Barbenheimer special.
I did the Barbenheimer's time. I know.
You
I
did
already talked
Barbenheimer,
about
too.
it, but like the Barbie movie is, girl, it's for girls, and they can
Good
like
call.
They can like it. They can like it.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Girls
It's for
for
women.
girls.
It's for women and little girls.
Or
Just little
probably gay dudes like it too.
I don't think.
And that's
I don't-
cool.
Yeah, probably gay dudes. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe some guys like it. It wasn't for
it's
me.
definitely not for lesbians though.
Why
I'm just
not?
kidding. No, it totally is. I was kidding.
You might need to cut.
No, I was kidding. I was kidding. No, it's for all women.
Kids
And,
say the
you go and see that
darndest
movie
things.
as a guy. You're like, all right, and then you go see an Oppenheimer, and you're like, I can't get my boner down.
Oh my God! Stop it.
I can't. Like, no,
You think it'd be the opposite?
you think it'd be the opposite. You think it'd go flat. But
You think
it's
Margot
just
Robbie would get you going, but it turns out it was
the atomic
a
bomb.
megaton of
a
TNT.
megaton of TNT, and you're like by Act 2, dude. Like that second hour, you're peak hardness.
What?
Rock hard. The
No,
rock
my
hard.
God, why
The
do you
rock
talk
hard,
about
and then the bomb goes off.
You get tunnel vision because the blood's out of your. There's no blood in your
and
brain
then,
anymore.
And then when you finally can release that pressure, that's when you go into the meditative state,
Yeah.
and you ride that wave of serotonin straight into the golden gates of Shangri-La, baby. Okay,
What the fuck?
I want to know.
this is my meditation. I'm now going into my meditation strategy.
Okay.
So your meditation strategy.
that
This is what it should
sounds
be. This is what it
very
should be.
wrong.
So you jack off.
Oh,
Right after
God.
you jack off.
I'm sitting right here. I don't need to know. Just know.
You could do this too as a woman. You
No.
can do this as a woman too. Okay, right as you jack off.
That's not
Yeah,
meditation.
jack
That's
off.
not.
You bust,
It's not meditation. That's not
and you
how it
get that
works.
shot of serotonin. And what you want to do is you want to go straight into your meditative state, right as you bust. So you ride the wave of serotonin, into those pearly gates of Shangri-La, and that's when you get your master ideas and enlightenment comes to you.
Okay, well that is.
I think we should just end on that.
What is our new podcast called?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We should tell people because.
But Oppenheimer's good. That's
To sum it up, Oppenheimer, 2 thumbs up.
Okay, yeah. So I think we're going with Nearly Literate.
Yeah. So from now on, and you're gonna see a different picture. We're doing a different graphic. We're probably doing different intros, different.
Mm-hmm. And video.
We have video now, so if you are so curious, it's not pretty, but but we're doing it. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. So 2024, this is our. I always say like push yourself out on the edge. You should do something that scares you every day. Mm-hmm. That's how you grow. That's where you grow. This is a little out of my comfort zone, to be honest, a little bit. I'm a writer. I like to hide behind the keyboard, but you guys are amazing. And part of the reason that this has been so fun for me, it's kind of like a mother, we're going back to the mother's boy thing. Why are you laughing? Are you laughing because you just talked about playing with yourself?
Back to back.
I'm talking to you about...
And when you're done with the serotonin and goes down, you go straight back into the masturbation again because you got to get that wave going again that you can ride. And you just do this maybe 3 times. You do it more than 3, you're going to hurt yourself.
I think we need to change the name of the podcast.
It works, I swear to God.
Okay.
We're not going to be branded as that.
We're not branding. We're going with Nearly Literate.
Yeah, nearly literate.
Because do you understand why I only feel nearly literate when I write in this family?
Yeah. Also, no one's perfectly literate. Let's be honest.
I mean, we think, There's days my spell check is like, what? You're an author? No kidding.
You got a dictionary in your butt?
No, we thought nearly literate because...
Or are you just meditating?
Oh my God. It's gonna be a fun journey. So from here out, we're gonna... I mean, it's gonna be basically we're just slapping a bow on a pig, I think is what we actually have done here. We took out a different name. We're embracing a new name because we do hope some of my lovely author friends will come on again. Like to get some more people on, some fun people.
Harder after that.
Matthew, I don't know who you're going to try to get somebody. And
I thought of that joke. I did not come up with that right now. I had premeditated on that joke.
I hope. Don't tell us how you meditated on that joke.
Okay.
But that was pretty funny.
But anyhow, it's so wonderful to be back. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Embrace those New Year's resolutions. Don't push them to the side. I like to call them New Year's goals and challenges. So be hopeful. Our whole point in doing this is to have fun, bring a little joy. We, as a family, we're not downers, but we talked about downer movies for a while. But you know what I mean? So just kind of having fun. And for me, it's such a pleasure being able to spend, like I said, like one day a week chatting with 2 of my 3 sons. And sometimes we get the third one on here, but that's a little hard for him to do. But it's been very fun. So hopefully the Nearly Literate podcast. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get this thing.
And now you'll be proud. You will embrace the name and you can pass it to your friends now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Tell
Tweet it
people.
out. Need a Twitter. Need to pay for Twitter.
Make you guys little business cards.
Twitter X.
Yeah,
or Twitter
X.
or X Premium.
Yeah, so anyhow, we're going to start.
Then we can get access to Grok.
What's Grok?
It's like their AI. It's like their version of
awesome.
ChatGPT, and it's really sassy.
It's a little sassy.
Yeah, it'll sass you.
Oh, that's so funny. What, does everybody have an AI?
It's like because Elon Musk is like kind of like a troll.
Oh, he's funny.
He can be kind of funny.
A little witty.
So it's kind of designed with that
his little
idea in mind where it's like it'll be sassy to you.
Sassy's okay. I don't mind sassy. I like people with a little sense of humor and a little it's
a little bit more realistic. Like the ChatGPT will be like, as an AI, whatever. I'm not allowed to talk about this, and this, and I don't have feelings, and I'm a robot. And you're like, just sounds like spare robot. Me.
Yeah,
it'll be like, what are you serious? I can't answer that. Like it'll be like something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Well, we'll have to find out. So.
Oh, that'll be so much fun. But we're looking.
What are you talking about? I can do it with mayonnaise. I can't do it with the other stuff, guy. Mm-hmm. Like I can't say that. I'm a robot.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
All right. Anyhow, we're
Sorry.
Okay.
we promised to keep it sort of clean. Like,
All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
I broke that by accident. I apologize. I'll keep it clean from now on. But
Well, I mean, if in reason. My audience tend to be gentle. They're probably not watching this.
let's be honest with ourselves here.
But anyhow, it's been a lot of fun, and hope you stay tuned. Hope you listen. Hope you're still here and watch us grow. So thank you so much for all your support and for listening. And it's been a pleasure. So we are the Nearly Literate Podcast.
Thanks. Bye.
Good night.
Not a little.